The act of transplanting an animal organ into a human is called xenotransplantation. We already know that doctors had been experimenting on animal organs, but it was never successful when it came to animal organs being put inside of humans. In the past, doctors tried to transplant like lamb, goat, and I guess even rabbit organs inside humans. And there was even a heart transplant surgery between a baboon and a child. But the patients, they would never live longer than like a few days. So these doctors decided to try for something a little closer to a human. How about a chimpanzee? Kind of makes sense, maybe, if you squint. I mean, they're kind of similar to us. Plus, experts say that their kidneys kind of work just like ours, and their organs are a similar size to ours. And apparently, they have a type A and type O blood types, just like us. Doctors tried the chimpanzee kidney transplants, and I guess the results, they weren't horrible. Patients lived anywhere between 11 days and some even 9 months after surgery. Now, again, to us, simple humans, we're like, well, it's not working then, okay? But to the doctors, they were like, this is a sign. We're onto something. We just have to keep trying. I guess the answer, though, was not chimpanzees, because I guess they were too difficult to control, and the results just, they weren't paying off. Also, when the public found out about this, people were very upset. Oh yes, that, the chimps were being experimented on in this way. But many doctors knew that they were very close to xenotransplantation working. So they were like, we just need to keep searching. Yes, we do. Now, cut to 2023. So the organ transplant crisis, it isn't getting any better. Currently, there are over 100,000 Americans just waiting for an organ transplant. Doctors are racing against the clock to get patients the organs that they need. And they still believe the key to fixing this issue is to turn to animals. Okay, great, let's brainstorm. Can you guess what animal they're gonna turn to next? I was like, giraffe? Hippo? I'll tell you after the break. Come back. The doctors, they turned to a pig. I know. I was like, out of all the animals, a pig? All right. Kind of came out of left field with that one, but all right. So the doctors, they chose the pig as their next test subject, I guess for a couple of reasons. One, pigs breed and give birth several times a year, so there is a huge supply. And most importantly, pig organs are close to the same size as ours. Plus, doctors have been repairing human hearts by using the heart valve of a pig for, I guess, years now. There's lots of medications that are there's blood thinner and allergy treatment, and these things are made from pigs. So it just kind of, I guess, made sense to give pig hearts a try. It's on the list. They're like, just do it. I don't know. Pigs are smart, and they're very lovable and cuddly and so cute. But I'm not saying this, but they were people don't seem to care about pigs as much as they do chimpanzees. So they won't really care. So the public, they were like, okay, whatever. I eat bacon, so go for it. So the very first pig heart transplant, I guess, happened in January of 2022. I know. I think we were just preoccupied with the fact that COVID was going on, so we probably didn't even notice that they were doing pig heart transplants. That's probably why it just breezed right past us. But they did it. A man named David Bennett, I guess he volunteered for it. He was brave. He was like, I'll do it. David was an end-stage heart failure and nowhere near the top of the list to receive a heart transplant. So when doctors gave him this option for a little more time, he decided, F it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the chance. So after hours of surgery, David made it out alive. And to everyone's shock, the pig heart transplant was a success. Suddenly, tens of thousands of people on the waiting list for a heart had hope. I mean, maybe they didn't have to wait on the transplant list forever. So the press was all over this, and it seemed like maybe the future of heart transplants was here. Nope, just kidding, because David died unexpectedly 2 months later from heart failure. Doctors discovered after his death that actually there was a virus that was within the transplanted pig heart called PCMV. So maybe it wasn't the heart, it was maybe the virus, And I guess this virus, it activated once it got into David's body. And I guess that's what caused the heart to fail. But after this, there was now even more paranoia surrounding xenotransplantation. But of course, that's not going to stop people from signing up for the pig heart. Hell, maybe it'll work, It's better, I'd rather get an extra 2 months than nothing, right? In 2023, a man named Larry Fawcett, he signed up to get a pig heart. So I guess the heart disease that he had, it would reject a typical heart transplant right away. So when he was given the lifeline of the pig heart, he's like, let's go. Let's do this shit. September 20th, 2023, Larry underwent the pig heart transplant. And just like with David Bennett, the media was all over it. Larry made it out of surgery alive. And after some testing, the doctors declared his surgery was a success. So as soon as Larry woke up, he asked the surgeon for a t-shirt. Well, I'm sure he asked for other things first, okay? But this was one of the things he asked for. He asked for a t-shirt that said, "Just call me Wilbur." And we're like, ha, 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 ha. He's in good spirits. And he was thrilled to be given another chance at life. But sadly, I know, there were complications. About a month later, I guess Larry's heart didn't seem to be doing too well. So doctors, they were speaking with him every single day. And it was becoming clear that the amount of blood his heart was pumping just was not enough. So they placed him on an ECMO, which is a heart-lung bypass machine that helps pump your heart. But Larry knew it wouldn't be enough. Eventually, he told his doctors that he would like to be removed from the machine. It's so sad. So I guess it was said that Larry wasn't crying through his last days on Earth. He spent the rest of his time joking and reminiscing with family and friends. And his wife said, quote, "He got to say those things that you don't get to say to people because you always think you have more time." Aww. It's true, but it's sad. Oh, well, Larry ended up passing away on October 30th, 2023. And this was about 6 weeks after the surgery. People like Larry give hope to the xenotransplantation community, and quote unquote success stories like his also drive the organ transplant community to figure out how to fix the problem. They're onto something, they're just not fully there. A big part of this community is a company called Revivicor. Sounds sketchy, huh? What are they doing? Well, let me tell you. This company is essentially a research farm that experiments on animals with one goal in mind: animal to human organ transplants. The farm has 2 buildings, and there's a lot of pigs there, around 300. And they're all for research purposes. And they're not just using any pig. They are using the Rolls Royce of pigs. Oh yes, these pigs are actually specially designed and cloned pigs. This way they can make sure that the pig hearts function properly, and again, they don't have any viruses. Dr. David Ayers, who runs the company, said, quote, "It's exciting. We've been working on this for more than 20 years, and it's no longer a science fiction experiment. It's actually a reality." Wow. I know. Every day the farm is said to get closer to perfecting the pig transplants. But like everything we do, there's still a lot of risk. Many doctors are concerned humans with animal organs will somehow take on those animal viruses and, then pass them on to other humans, and bada bing, bada boom. It's a shit storm.